Okay, so our intro. This is the hard part.
Me. I just feel so fake being like, welcome to the Long Live podcast. Hi, guys. Welcome. Oh, we both did it. Well, this is not working out.
me.
Hi. It's us. Hi. Hey, everybody.
He looks up grinning like a devil.
It's Nat.
It's Becky. Do we have to have an intro? Hello, and welcome back to our third episode of the Long Live Taylor podcast. I'm Kaylan.
And I'm Leanna.
And today we're going to be going over...
You're losing me.
I'm super excited for this one.
Me too.
I feel like I say that every week, but I'm just excited every week. So this one, do we want to talk about like when it first came out? When this song first came out, it was only available on an exclusive CD. And I think it was only at the New York show or some show for the Eras
New Jersey,
tour.
technically.
Yeah, New Jersey. And I was really upset because I wanted to hear it. But I woke up and my friend had apparently gone to the show and I had no idea. And she bought me one.
Do I say that I illegally downloaded it to listen?
Oh, wait. No, wait. There's more to this story. So I think I did hear it on TikTok first. Someone posted it on TikTok and I listened to the whole
because
thing.
people at the show that bought the CD uploaded it to iTunes, like their iTunes file.
Yeah.
And then they shared the file out, basically.
Yeah. So I don't know if we can admit that. I don't know if we'll get in trouble legally.
Well,
But
I was going to say, if the song had been uploaded to Apple Music, I think it would have been my most played song of the year. But because I didn't have it on my Apple Music, I have no clue how many times it was actually played.
Yeah. I listened to it over and over and over and over.
Me too.
And then when I got it on the CD, I listened over and over and over. And I always wondered why Taylor didn't release it sooner. I was like, she has to know everyone's illegally listening to this.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they decided or why they decided to only put it on the CD. I guess thinking, oh, we'll get more CD sales, but who's buying CDs? I don't even have anything to listen to a CD on.
So I buy all of the CDs because of the tradition of going to Target and buying them, and I like holding it, and I also have a CD player in my car, and it's just fun to open it and put in the next era of the CD.
If I had a CD player in my car, I would buy the CD. But
I'm
my computer doesn't even have a CD player anymore.
I'm never upgrading my car. I'm just going to have my car forever because no new cars have CD players.
You could just buy a new radio and put a different radio in.
Yeah. Anyway, this is off topic, but so I remember listening to it over and over and over, and then she finally released it. When did she release it? Like a month ago?
Did she release it for her birthday?
Yes, I think so. She finally released it on December 13th. Look, maybe just fact check me, can you? When this song came out, it seemed like, I know this episode isn't all about this, but it seemed like it was wrapping a bow on, not wrapping a bow, but giving a lot of context.
And closure.
And closure, yeah, on why her and Joe broke up. And it seemed like, oh, this makes sense. And it seemed very recent. And then Jack Antonoff broke the internet a few weeks ago when he posted a picture of the day they recorded this song, and he announced the date that he had recorded it with Taylor.
2021.
So this kind of shows that there's been problems in the relationship long before anyone thought.
I think people thought there was some on and off, and this confirmed it.
I definitely thought there was on and off, and this, who knows what the truth is, but I remember listening to Midnights for the first time, and when Maroon came on, I looked over at my friend and I said, I think her and Joe have been on and off. Now, is Maroon about Joe? I don't know, but I remember that was my first reaction of, I don't think they've been completely together like people have said.
I agree. I want to go back and say that You're Losing Me was put out after she was named Spotify's Global Top Artist of 2023. She posted on November 29th that you can finally listen everywhere now. So it was not for her birthday.
Okay. I think we should just dive into the song. So I'm going to go however I see fit. You say I don't understand, and I say I know you don't. We thought a cure would come through in time. Now I fear it won't. I love how I think it's kind of jabby in the beginning.
I'm just thinking she's setting the scene. It's like you're trying to communicate with your partner, things aren't going correctly, and you thought things would get better, but at the moment it's not.
Mm-hmm. And I like that it's basically saying, you say I don't understand, I say I know you don't. It's kind of like, of course you don't. That's the whole point. This is the problem. I've been trying to tell you something over and over, and of course you don't understand.
Exactly.
Remember looking at this room, we loved it because of the light. Now I just sit in the dark and wonder if it's time.
Same thing. I think it's like reminiscing on the good times.
Obviously, they were looking at a house together.
Yeah.
They were picking out a house. And then it's just opposite.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like the dark is setting the scene again. The imagery of like the bad times.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Pre-chorus. Do I throw out everything we built or keep it? I'm getting tired even for a phoenix, always rising from the ashes, mending all her gashes. You might just have dealt the final blow. So this, I like that she's contemplating, do I throw out everything we built or keep it? Because I think, especially the longer your relationship goes on, I mean, you've been in a longer term relationship than me, but I feel like the more time you commit, it's like harder to give up because you're like, I've invested so much of my time and energy into this person.
Yeah. Yeah. I see it. It's like they were together for what, like 6 years? Plus. And it's like, is this enough to end the relationship, or is this something we can fix?
I'm getting tired even for a phoenix, always rising from the ashes. I liked this part because, I don't know, there's probably some symbolism to phoenix that I didn't look up, and I'm honestly not going to. I think I can just come to the conclusion on my own. But Taylor rises, it kind of reminds me of Look What You Made Me Do. Honey, I rose up from the dead. I do it all the time.
Exactly.
Maybe she's talking about in her personal life, or maybe she's talking about in her relationship, but she's a fighter. She doesn't just get knocked down and stay there. She will always come back up. And she's saying, even though this is who I am, I'm a fighter, I'm still getting tired. I don't know how much longer I can do it in this relationship.
Yeah, and even with the last line, you might have just have dealt the final blow. It's the same thing you just said. Like, she's a fighter. She got knocked down. And it's like, at some point, when do you not get back up?
And I always wondered, what was the final blow? Did he say?
We'll never know.
Yeah, I know. I wish I knew though. Like, did he say something? What was it? He must have made a comment. Did he cheat? Like, I think you can interpret it however fits your life.
I think it was something small. I always think the buildup is much more, and like the very final thing that sets you off is like something so little that would not set you off. It was just that alone.
Yeah, that's true. It could have been just a little, even like a facial expression. And it's like, if you're having all of these issues, that little thing might be the thing that ends it.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good point. Stop, you're losing me. Stop, you're losing me. Repeats. I can't find a pulse. My heart won't start anymore for you because you're losing me.
I wanted to talk about the heartbeat.
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about too. Go ahead.
So yeah, I wanted to talk about her heartbeat being the background of the song. I mean, I like the lyrics, but I felt like the heartbeat made the song hit harder, because then like, it's like, my heart won't start anymore. And it's like, I felt like you could take this two ways. When you're in a relationship and like you're with someone you love, your heart rate increases. And I felt like you could be like, yeah, like my heart is not beating fast for you anymore. But it's also like, my heart is like not in this anymore.
Ooh, I like that. I never thought of your heart is beating fast for someone when you love them and you're in that love stage. I never thought of that. I also saw something, I don't know if it's true, that said this is like an average heartbeat, or it's like the coding of a heart sound. I don't know about medical stuff.
You can perform CPR to the beats per minute. of the song.
Oh. So it's like they're trying to bring this back to life. Like
Yes,
the relationship
exactly.
and
Yep.
the person.
Yep.
That's so cool. And also the music kind of gets stripped out during the chorus. So there's more instruments in the verse and pre-chorus, and then kind of goes quiet and it just stop, you're losing me.
Yeah.
It's just kind of empty. Okay. Anything else on the chorus?
No.
Okay. Second verse. Every morning I glared at you with storms in my eyes. How can you say that you love someone you can't tell is dying? First of all, I never knew that lyric was dying until recently. I thought it was, how can you say that you love someone you can't tell is tired?
What?
Which tired would have been good too. She's getting tired even for a phoenix, but
I
dying
guess.
makes more sense.
Yeah. Whenever I listen to the songs at first, I read the lyrics with it.
Yeah, that would have been smart of me to do. I sent you signals and bit my nails down to the quick. My face was gray, but you wouldn't admit that we were sick.
Okay, wait, I want to go back.
Yeah.
Every morning I glared at you with storms in my eyes. It's like you wake up and you're just like annoyed.
Mm-hmm. You're frustrated.
Yeah. It's like this pain and annoyance is building and building and nothing is turning it around.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the whole song is kind of like building up to the end.
Mm-hmm. And she's saying, I glared at you with storms in my eyes. She's saying, like, I'm looking at you. Are you looking back at me? Do you see the storms in my eyes?
Yeah. Can you tell you are losing me?
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
How can you say that you love someone you can't tell is dying? She's saying, you say you love me, but you don't care that I'm suffering.
Or he's just not even noticing it.
Mm-hmm. It kind of reminds me of High Infidelity, too, when she says, the slowest way to kill someone you love is never loving them enough.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. I sent you signals and bit my nails down to the quick. I'm not going to lie, I had to Google that when I first heard it. I'm like, what's biting your nails down to the quick? But it's like biting them all the way down.
Yeah.
So she's saying, I was letting you know.
Yeah, like, and it's like anxiety, biting your nails. She's anxious. She's
waiting. She's waiting too. Like when you're biting your nails, you're waiting for something.
Yeah.
My face was gray, but you wouldn't admit that we were sick.
He's in denial that something's wrong with the relationship.
Why do guys act like that sometimes, though? Because I feel like I'm thinking about certain guys that I've seen. They just kind of, I was going to say they just kind of tolerate it.
Yeah.
They just kind of want to resume normally in life and pretend everything's fine, even though they know it's not. Because do they not just want to do the effort? Or are they emotionally immature? Why?
Probably both. But I think that guys see it more like as a whole picture and like the whole relationship. And it's like, oh, these are just a couple things that are issues. Like this isn't enough to bother me as like the whole relationship. But like girls take all the little things and combine it into like this one big thing that's going to be the downfall.
That's true. And I feel like we're usually right. So
of course.
That is true. It also I also think it could be with guys. Some guys just don't want to go through the effort and make the decision to break up. And it also kind of reminds me of Coney Island and Suburban Legends when she talks about them being too polite to leave. I think some guys are just like, I don't want to have to break her heart. I don't want to have to be upset. I don't want to have to move our stuff out of the house. I don't want to have to, tell my friends and family. So I'm just going to ignore her until she finally does it for me.
Yeah. They'd rather just go through the motions, living life complacent.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, she'll eventually leave me, like, whatever. And they kind of let you suffer.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Joe and lots of guys I'm thinking of.
You are such a Joe stan.
I know. I am.
I
That's
wonder
also going to get me canceled.
I wonder if going through the song is going to make you like him less.
Probably, because now I'm getting angry the more I digest it. It's like, just care about something. Do something. She says that later, so whatever. Okay, I think this next part, the second pre-chorus, is my second favorite part of the song.
I cannot pick a favorite part of this song. I love it so much.
I have two favorite parts. So this is one of them. And the air is thick with loss. Oh, wait, no. This isn't even one of my favorites. Maybe this is my third favorite. The bridge has two of my favorites. Okay. And the air is thick with loss and indecision. I know my pain is such an imposition. Now you're running down the hallway and you know what they all say. You don't know what you got until it's gone. Okay, so the first line, the air is thick with loss and indecision. I think we can all relate to that, right? Or maybe imagine it. Just, you can feel tension in the air.
Exactly. And it's like, I think really it's just like, are we going to break up or are we going to make this work? And it's like,
pick.
Exactly.
I know my pain is such an imposition. Taylor helping us all become smarter with our vocabulary once again, because we did have to look up this definition. We got what it meant in the song. You can tell by the context, but what was the definition? A burden, you said?
Yeah, a burden or obligation.
She's like, I know that it's an inconvenience to you, you know?
Yeah, because he doesn't see this issue that she does.
Mm-hmm. And he just kind of wants her. It's giving avoidant attachment style. He just wants her to pretend everything's fine so they can continue on their lives. And he's ignoring that she has needs that most people have in a relationship for love and connection.
I really just feel like this is a very boy thing that happens all the time.
I'm getting so mad. You're right. This is making me less of a Joe stan.
Travis.
We could do a whole other episode on that, but we won't. Now you're running down the hallway. So my question is, I'm envisioning with this line, I'm envisioning someone who's like, wow, she's actually going to leave. Wait, I don't want her to go. And that's why she says you don't know what they have until it's gone. But my question is, what's up with this hallway? Because she also mentions a hallway in Hits Different. I think she says, I heard your key turn in the door down the hallway.
I just think the hallway is like, I feel like it could be a metaphor, but at the same time, I'm thinking that it's like, you know, if you think in your head like a hallway and it's just like never ending. And you just like are running and running and you're never getting to that end.
Wow, look at you being poetic. I never thought of that. Symbolic.
But yeah, I think it's very common. It's like you lose something and you're like, oh shoot, what did I do? Why didn't I fix this when I had the chance?
Mm-hmm. Then the chorus repeats. Bridge. This is going to take a little bit to dissect, I think.
Okay, no. Post-chorus.
My heart won't start anymore because you're losing me. My heart won't start anymore because you're losing me. So it's funny that I skipped that because that's usually the part of the song where I'm like, can this be over with? I wish this wasn't part of the song.
It's so funny because when I first started listening to the song, I was so excited for the bridge. I always started singing the bridge and I forgot that this would play first.
That's how I feel. I'm like, the bridge is so good. Just give me the bridge. I don't need this.
There's so much buildup.
Yeah. I'm like, I understand her heart won't start. Give me the bridge. But I guess that's a good technique to make us want it, to make us wait for it.
Yeah.
So do you have anything to say on that part?
No, it's okay. I just wanted to recognize that there is something there that is making me anxious and ready for the bridge.
That's your note. You're right. That's a writing device. How long could we be a sad song till we were too far gone to bring back to life? I've heard a lot of people on TikTok reference how she wrote a lot of sad songs with Joe, and like Exile, Champagne Problems. And also, I think there was an interview where she talked about how they love sad songs. I think listening to sad songs. So people say that might be referencing that. But it could also just be their life was a sad song.
Yeah, they were turning into a sad song. Their relationship was turning into a sad song.
Which meant it went from Lover to a sad song.
Yeah.
I love Lover. Till we were too far gone to bring back to life. I think that's a good line too, because there's a point in relationships where it is too far gone. There's sometimes I think relationships are redeemable. You can get through a lot of things, but sometimes it's too much and it's just, you can't go back. And she's saying, how long until we get to that point? I gave you all my best me's, my endless empathy, and all I did was bleed as I tried to be the bravest soldier. When I first heard this, the song Me immediately came to mind. Because,
oh, wow. I didn't think of that at all.
Yeah, because I remember that song was basically like, I know I'm crazy. I know I might have these issues, but you're never going to find another like me. And I think it's also saying, I gave you all of the best versions of myself. Every part of me, I gave you the best of.
Yep.
My endless empathy I think also, I feel like this song is just tying back to a lot of songs now that more information's coming out, but Renegade, I think this song, she talks about how she held his hand and stayed and he was going through issues. And I think she's saying, I was there for you. I gave you so much empathy. I was understanding.
Yeah, and he's not reciprocating.
Yeah, she's like, in all, when she says, and all I did was bleed, she's saying, and what did I get out of that? I put my best foot forward. I was understanding. I was empathetic. And all I did was bleed. I didn't get anything back. And I tried to be brave. I tried to be a soldier.
Yep.
And again, reminds me of the Great War, where she compares their fights
Yep.
to a battle.
I think it makes people think like, oh, Midnights is really about Joe. Or at least some of the songs could be about their relationship and stuff they went through, even though they were together.
Mm-hmm. Then she says, fighting in only your army, front lines, don't you ignore me. I'm the best thing at this party.
I don't know. This bridge is just crazy to me. I don't know. I think that, yeah, she's just like, I'm here front and center giving you everything I have and I'm not getting that back.
Mm-hmm. And when she says front lines, don't you ignore me, I kind of picture her like shaking him almost. Like, hello,
I'm right here.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Hello. And then I like this next line where she's like, I'm the best thing at this party, because it's kind of a little bit of a shift. It's kind of, again, kind of comparing to songs, kind of giving Bejeweled of like, I might be, she's kind of putting herself a notch down the whole song, but then she's like, wait a second, like, don't ignore me. Don't treat me this way. I'm still the best thing here. She's kind of like giving herself a confidence boost, I think.
Yeah. But then she just knocks herself back down again in the next line.
Yes. And that's a good point, because it's almost like that build up to the letdown. And I like when songs go back and forth, because think about it. When you're going through something, you're not just thinking one way. You are going back and forth.
Yeah,
it's my fault.
It's a roller coaster.
Fault. Yeah, it's a roller coaster. You might be like, well, I'm great. Why doesn't he want to be with me? But I am horrible. Like, this happened. And it's kind of going back and forth. So that's a good point. So she goes from that height, I'm the best thing at this party, to the next line, and I wouldn't marry me either, a pathological people pleaser who only wanted you to see her. Ugh.
I can't believe she said this, but it is true.
What's true?
Like, she is a people pleaser,
Mm-hmm.
but that means she's also trying to please him, and she's doing everything she can to please him. So I don't know. I feel like she's definitely talking down on herself again, like an anti-hero. And it's like, I wouldn't marry me either. But like, she's talking about how good she is, how much she's doing for this relationship, working for it. But then saying, okay, maybe he's right. Like, I maybe I wouldn't even marry myself.
Because here's the thing I've learned, Leanna. Guys don't respect people pleasers. And I'm saying that because I am one. And they would rather you not be a people pleaser. They would rather you just be yourself.
Yeah, but she is still herself even if she's pleasing people.
Yeah, that's true. I think this line cleared up a lot of rumors. People would say they were together, they were married, and then other people would, I remember at the beginning they broke up, they said it's because he wouldn't marry her. And I remember thinking, oh, was that the final blow? Was it, I'm not going to ever marry you, I don't want to get married?
Oh, shit.
Was that it?
I mean, I think it's possible. It's just like, we don't know. Does she truly want to get married, or is she playing into the marriage rumors with this line?
That's what I was going to say too, actually. Was it even, maybe it wasn't even about her and Joe. Maybe it was people in the media saying, oh, he didn't want to marry her. And she's like, well, I wouldn't marry me either.
Exactly.
Like, she's saying, oh, that's right, I wouldn't marry me.
I mean, she says, like, people only see me as a wife or like a fling or whatever. What's the line?
The only kind of girl they see is a
one night or a wife.
It's just so, I love that you pointed out that it went from I'm the best thing to I wouldn't marry me either, because it really does go through everything you're going through when you're thinking about a breakup. You think, is it me? Is it them? Is it me? Is it them? And I loved, again, this is going to be similar to the first episode where I said I loved that Taylor admitted she has depression, because I loved that she said a pathological people pleaser, because I'm a very, very much working through being a people pleaser in therapy.
Again, Taylor Swift, just like us.
She's just like a normal person. And she's saying, I just wanted you to see me. That's it. Just recognize me. She goes, and I'm fading thinking. Okay. So
She's
I think,
begging.
yeah. I think the first part, a pathological people pleaser, is my second favorite part of the song, but this is my first favorite part of the song.
This reminds me of Grey's Anatomy. Pick me, choose me, love me.
It is giving Meredith and Derek. So it goes, do something, babe, say something, lose something, babe, risk something, choose something, babe, I got nothing to believe unless you're choosing me.
I can't believe they came back from this. If she truly wrote this in 2021 and they stayed together until 2023, what did he do to show her like he is going to choose her, he's picking her, and he's going to change things?
It was either, so my assumptions, and again, this is all off personal life, two things. Maybe he did start temporarily stepping it up, or maybe she just said, screw it.
And she got complacent.
Yes, that could happen, where you just kind of check out and you just do it. So I love this because first of all, I always have to scream this. I'm like, do something, babe, say, like I have to scream this part. And I think during this time, I guess I'll be personal, so we're not only talking about Taylor Swift's life. During this time, I was kind of going through a situationship where the guy was like, I do like you, but, and he basically was like, I felt the same way about you too. And he said he had feelings, but then nothing happened. I had been friends with this guy for a few years. And in my mind, I'm like, well, if I feel seriously towards you and I think you feel seriously towards me, I'm just going to shoot my shot. I'm just going to tell you.
Yeah.
And I told him.
And then you're hoping once you tell him this that he's like, okay.
And be with me, because maybe he was just waiting for me. I don't know why I'm going to cry. That's what I was thinking. Maybe he just really wants to be with me. And then he told me, oh, I felt the same way about you. I really have feelings, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm thinking, okay, so then we're going to be together. And then it's just nothing. But anyway, so then I would scream this part because it related to me of do something, babe, say something, lose something, babe, risk something, choose something. Because I'd be like, obviously you're risking something. You're risking we could not work out and problems could arise. But I'd be like, I can't be stuck in this limbo of just being your friend. Now that you've admitted it to me and I've admitted it to you, choose something. It's not going to go on like this any longer.
Yeah, it's literally make a decision. Even if it's not me, making the decision will make things feel better. And I feel like same with this song. She's like, choose me or don't choose me at this point. Like, you're losing me. So do something or it's done. Like, we're not staying in this limbo of going back and forth, working things out. It's like, it's going to work or it's not.
It is. Yeah, exactly. And I think that emotionally immature guys want to stay in the limbo. They don't want to face the hard decisions.
Yeah.
They want to put it all on the women to do.
Yep.
Which I'm sure probably happened. I'm sure Taylor probably ended it. I don't know.
I think so.
That was therapeutic.
Good.
So that's why I love this bridge. She's saying, lose something, do something, anything.
Begging.
Otherwise, I'm unless you're choosing me, and then it goes to the end. You're losing me.
Yep.
And then it ends with the lines, I can't find a pulse. My heart won't start anymore.
That's it. She's out.
Or so she said, but then it continued.
He must have done something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see her writing the song and then nothing changes and her going back or continuing the relationship. He had to have done something and it just either wasn't enough or reverted back.
Mm-hmm. And I do think that this is such, and these are my favorite Taylor songs where she's so personal and honest. Like, I thought the line, I wouldn't marry me either, a pathological people pleaser, was so brave to say. Because she's admitting her faults in front of the world who thinks she's this big star. I love that. And I think what was I going to say about that? I love that it's so honest, but I think she didn't release this for a while because she was protecting Joe and her relationship. And I guess what I was saying is it's so real that there's no speculating, oh, maybe this isn't about them. It clearly is about them.
Yeah, I definitely think so. And I think you can't release this if you're in a relationship
and still trying to make it work. The public's gonna I think
you're gonna
even when she wrote tolerate it was still general enough where she could go, oh, it's not, it's fictional, and people could. I mean, now it's kind of like, okay, was it really fictional? But this is so blaringly obvious that she couldn't release it without people knowing.
Yeah.
And she was doing, I think it was right for her relationship to give it a fair shot without other people's opinions, you know?
Yeah, especially because there already are so many opinions, so many eyes looking at them, so much speculation anyway.
I almost feel like she's like, well, screw it. Now I'm going to put it out. It's a good song.
Yeah, exactly.
Let people know the truth. Let them in. And it's so personal and raw. I love it.
Yeah, I definitely think she's like, at this point, it's over with. We're moving on to something new, aka Travis. And who cares what people think about Joe?
In a minute. Oh, well, I guess she did release it when she was. Did she release it? No, she released it when she was around the time with Maddie.
Yes. Yeah. On the CD, it was released, and I think she may have or may have not been with Maddie at the time.
I think she was, because if it was released in May, my show where I saw her was May, and we saw Maddie at the concert.
Oh,
anyway, that's besides the point.
There was something as a distraction.
Yes.
At the time that would lower the blow to Joe, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely. Any final thoughts on this song, Leanna?
I love it. I wish it was on Apple Music sooner, and it would have been my top song of the year if it was. I stand by that.
Me too, definitely. And this was a really good therapy session for me to get this all out.
Good, I'm glad.
Hopefully no one figures out who the guy is, but I don't think anyone will.
No, but I will.
Yeah, after this. Okay, let's move on to our game segment.
Yay!
Okay, we're going to play our favorite segment, Guess the Song.
Yay, I'm so excited.
And a reminder, the score is Leanna 2, Kaylan 0.
Don't worry, I think I'll lose this week.
I don't know. I've been very rusty lately. But so just to wrap up the rules, I guess, because last time we were all over the place. 5 songs max each.
Yes, and you just play 1 second of the song.
1 second.
And then you have 5 seconds to guess the song.
Or you lose. And my cat is sitting on me. If you want to see how cute he is, visit our TikTok at Long Live Taylor Pod, or our Instagram too. Okay, are you ready, Leanna?
Yeah, you're going to play first, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Skylar, your volume on? Never mind, it wasn't on. Ah! Okay, new song.
Okay. But was that back to December?
Yes, good job.
Should we just keep it?
Yeah.
Okay.
My turn.
I feel like this is so easy.
Style.
Yes.
Okay. You're playing the song into the mic, right?
As close as I can.
Ross is biting me.
Oh, gosh.
Stop biting me. Okay. That was 2 seconds.
I have no idea.
Should I give you one more chance?
No, it's fine. I don't know.
Skylar knows it.
Okay, what is
then
it,
if
Skylar?
she knows it. Yes.
Oh my
it's
God.
All the girls you loved before.
I was not mentally prepared for today.
My cat is still attacking me. You can see the full thing on our socials because he's very bad. Yay, at least I got a point.
Yeah.
So Leanna 2, Kaylan 1.
She's going to end up winning.
I don't know. I need to study. Okay, that wraps up our 3rd episode. Thank you so much for listening.
Yes, thank you so much for listening.
It was super fun. Don't forget to rate, review, stream our podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts. Follow us on socials at Long Live Taylor Pod. And if you have anything you want us to review or any comments about anything we said, email us at longlivetaylorpod@gmail.com. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.